Thread the yarn through the punch needle. Pull back the yarn tail. Leave about 3到5厘米. Draw guiding lines along the edges at the back with a pen. The distance between stitches can be a bit shorter here. The direction of the needle's angle tip should be toward the direction of the punch. The needle tip should rotate with the movement. Keep approximately the same spacing while punching. Rotate the angle tip direction when moving upward. When the first round is almost finished, punch down next to the entry point of the first stitch. This completes the first round. Now continue with the second round. The second round should be punched along the edge of the first round. Punch in the middle of the first round's stitch line. The next entry point should be in the middle of the next stitch. Ensure the loops at the back remain loose. Continue punching down in this way. The second round is completed. And start the third round inward. Continue using this method. Punch inward from the outside until the middle part is filled. When filled, gently lift the punch needle. Cut off the yarn, leaving about 3 to 5 centimeters. Flip to the front. The flower center is completed. Continue using the same method to complete the remaining 3 flower centers. Now, take out the white yarn to punch the petals. Lift the loops of the flower center slightly. Punch in from the edge of the flower center. The needle should be punched all the way down. Then punch down at the top of the petal. Rotate the angle tip direction back. Continue punching beside the flower center. Punch down next to the previous entry point. Rotate the angle tip direction again. Punch in at the top edge. Continue punching back and forth until the entire petal outline is covered. Punch back and forth about 6 times. Then, cut off the starting yarn tail. Gently poke the tip of the needle to the back. Pull back the needle tip with more yarn. Then continue punching to the next section. Rotate the needle tip in 4 directions. Make sure the loops at the back remain loose to avoid yarn tangling or skipping stitches. Continue punching down in the same way. After finishing the last stitch, gently lift the punch needle. Cut off the yarn tail. Then poke the excess yarn to the back. Adjust the shape slightly. This flower is not complete. The method for finishing the remaining petals is the same. Next, I'll demonstrate how to finish the flower bud. Punch in from the bottom of the pattern. Then punch in from the top. You can adjust according to the shape of the bud. Make the stitches at the top more compact, and the stitches at the bottom can be looser. Cut off the excess yarn. Tuck the yarn tail to the back. Then, right next to where you just punched, rotate the angle tip upward toward the pattern. Cover the lower stitch line. Then lift the needle. Cut the yarn. Then tuck the excess yarn tail to the back. This flower bud is complete. Use the same method to complete the remaining flowers. Next, take out the green yarn to punch the flower. The method is similar to punching the petals. Punch back and forth as needed. The flower base is now complete. Now, continue to finish the remaining 3 flower bases. Then, use the green yarn to punch the leaves and stems. Start punching the stems. Punching from the edge of the pattern. Punch in about 1 centimeter from the previous entry point. Keep the spacing between stitches roughly the same. After reaching the top, rotate the angle tip direction. Punch in the middle of the previous stitch line. The stem is now complete. Continue punching the leaves. Punching from the edge of the pattern. As the pattern changes, you'll need to rotate the angle tip direction. Connect it back to the starting point of the first stitch. This completes the first round. Continue punching inward along the contour of the first round. If there are any uneven areas, you can use the needle tip to gently press down the ends of the stitches. This leaf is not complete. Use the same punching method to complete the remaining stems and leaves. Next, we'll punch the background. Take out the light green yarn. Start with the inner background, punching from the edge of the pattern. Punch in about 1 centimeter from the entry point. Continue punching vertically. Continue using the same method to complete the remaining inner background. Finally, take out the blue yarn to punch the outer background. I'll rotate the frame to demonstrate this. Use the same method as the previous background. Punch the lines vertically. Continue using the same method to complete the remaining background. Not everything is complete.